morning, I'm Dharma, and this is going to be the daily moons. Messed up here and put it on the public instead of members, but that's okay. We'll share the morning with everybody. So if you're not a part of members, this is what we normally do. It's the daily moons. We get up, it's before makeup, it's before anything. It's bright and early in the morning, still in my dropping kids on the school bus clothes. And we talk about what's going to come for the whole day. Now, in regards to the moon, and typically a lot of us here are feminine, doesn't really matter if you're, we vibe with the moon. We do a lot of our intention craft around the moon. We work with moon phases. It just works for us, okay? Some people prefer the sun, we prefer the moon, okay? Now, speaking of that thingy in the sky, it's almost brand new. Indeed. It is still in Virgo. Okay, so if you didn't watch yesterday's reading, we talked a lot about the Virgo moon. And it's at 1%. And yesterday we also talked about the fact that today, tomorrow, and the next day are the intention days where you pack it all into one I can't talk. That's the days when you should be doing the things. If you're going to be doing the things in the spirit town, that's the days that you should be doing the things. Also, we forgot to talk about on the Raven's Nest yesterday, the amount of folds. Now, okay, so what that means is if you're going to be doing some kind of intention, all the way up until the day you do whatever intention it is, write it down on a piece of paper and you keep it on your person, and it just kind of draws in the energy. We were talking about how many folds it takes. Like if you fold it 3 times, 6 times. Tara says that the way you fold it, whether you fold it towards you or fold it away from you, puts different kind of energy in it. We also talked about pen color, or ink color and what kind of vibration that puts out. I mean, it's a whole science. One does not willy-nilly manifest. Okay. So the moon in your chart is how you feel. So your sun is how you act, how you are. The moon is how you feel. Mercury is how you communicate with people. Is it your rising sign, like your overall? Which for somebody like me, it doesn't matter because almost every planet I have except for Sun and Mercury is in fucking Sagittarius. What's up, Ozzy? I saw you featured on Tyler's Tarot. You stinker. I saw you over there. I'll do an LGBTQ reading for you if you want. I don't know how that's different because it's just energy, but we can, if that's what you want, honey, I can do that for you. Virgo, my Venus is in Virgo. And that's my whole story about that. So anyway, right, the Virgo moon. So we also talked about the fact that something about Mars, what's happening with Mars and why was that a problem with the moon? Shit, we said that yesterday. I don't remember. The Mars, the communication is going to be a bitch. And if you haven't noticed, okay, what about yesterday? Okay, Zuckerberg crashed the world for like a full hour. I know, I was sitting there like, what is going on? I was upset, okay, for a solid 12 minutes. I know. So if there's something about, no, the moon's going to be in Libra. That's when it's a new moon, that's when it usually switches zodiacs. Like you'll notice that the new moons happen in the zodiac and the full moons happen on the opposite. So like in Aries time, we'll have a full moon in Libra. Just like in Libra time, we'll have a full moon in Aries. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so happy to see you all. Okay, let's get started because I've got, Sagittarius won the poll. All right, if you go on the Raven's Nest, we have a poll in the featured thing, and it's for what videos that you guys, the singular videos that you guys want. And after I do the video, I delete it so that you guys, I delete that particular option so that you guys can keep, it's a rolling poll. So up next is Sag. All right, so this was a gift sent to me from Luis. Aboriginal Dreamtime Oracle. So let us see for the day. Okay, so it was, the moon was talking about, or the moon in Virgo yesterday that we were talking about was about, wasn't it about self-esteem and all of that? And with the Mars, it was going to be, it was just rough energy. But right now, when you're doing new moon manifesting, today, tomorrow, and the next day are the days that you would execute that. And it's about the new moons are when you do the new things. I want to bring this in. I am whatever. The full moons is when you release everything. The full moons are the volcano eruption. All right, what do we have for the day? Cancer is up next after Sag, from what I understand. I just looked at the polls just a second ago before I scheduled Sagittarius at 9 a.m. I think Cancer's next. You guys better get on there and vote. We'll see. All right, what do we have for the day, please? Men's business. Well, all right. And as you know, I don't read the books that come with tarot cards. I just don't. This is about intuition and channeling here. You know what a Russian doll is? I also want to talk about a spectrum. I say that a lot about the spectrum, where people, it's not black or white. There's a whole big gray area. But this looks like growth to me. Like if you look at this, everything starts really small and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And same with this. I heard 3 phases. This could be made in Mother Crone. Seeing as how it says men's business. Okay. I'm also noticing this not as the head of this larger one, but as the moon for whatever reason, probably because we're talking about the daily moons. And this here, well, we're going to get deep on this. Have I told you guys about the kosha bodies? Okay, now we talk about all of the meditating and going through the veil and all of these things that I talked to you guys about. Is everybody can do it. All right, everyone can meet your guides. Everyone has an energetic body. That's kind of what it looks like. And it's described, they're called kosha bodies. And you have your meat suit, and then your energetic body, and then you have an astral body. Hold on. There's a bunch of them. One of them's intellectual, and this is where you reach. So if this right here, wow, that's really bright. So this right here is your chakra system. And this right here is where you're thinking at. These are the astral bodies that reach outward. And I think that that's why I'm talking about a spectrum. There might be something about reaching a farther kosha bodies. Physical energy, vital energy, mental, wisdom or awareness, and then bliss. Like the farther out that you reach, okay, in your kosha bodies. This one, that's why I was like, wow, that looks a lot bigger than the rest. That's because that's the, and I don't want to say it in Sanskrit because I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. Andamaya kosha, it's the bliss body, right? And we'll get on the Raven's Nest and I'll explain more about that. And I think the reason that this is coming up, the way it's coming up as the kosha bodies, in this particular reading is because we're talking about manifestation. And when you're doing, like, the day before, it starts here, and then the day of, it gets bigger, and then you release the whole whatever, and it's about reaching farther, reaching an outward far and wide, everywhere. Okay, if that makes any sense. What does this even mean? Where are we? Ace of Cups. Wow. Four of Wands. Queen of Wands. Six of... Wow. Wow. Here's the other thing about manifesting. If you do it with the right intention, it will come back to you the way that it should. I was talking to B yesterday about right roots. You know what I mean? And that's what that something about things being planned and executed correctly. And isn't that how Virgo would do it? Okay? Making the plans, doing the things exactly the way that it should be, and that's just kind of how it is. We'll just make a list. All right? But there is some kind of soul contract, and you might be having to do this on your own. All right? But there is some kind of soul contract here that is... And it doesn't have to be a soul contract. It could be something that you want to the deepest parts of your core. How bad you want this foundation, whatever. I'm seeing like people like high five. And there's something about executing the thought patterns correctly and just letting it come back to you the way that it should. Right roots, right? You might have a helper with this. You don't have to. But I do want to say that there's something about the way that things are lining up right now with the Six of Cups. I also want to talk about outgrowing yourself. The Crow. Exactly. Pay attention. Okay? Because it's like, it doesn't only have to be kosha bodies, right? That because this is the physical body and the rest of them are energetic. But this also could be the way you were 2 years ago. And then the way that you were last year. And then the way that you are now. And there's something about this particular manifestation at the vibe that you're vibing at and all of the things you're lining up for yourself. You have some kind of other character in your space that is not on the same energetic frequency. They're just not. And they've got the island here. The island talks about separating. Okay, give me more about the island and who this is? Be a Libra, doesn't have to be. Five of Voices, the Emperor, Ten of Pentacles, well, Ten of Pentacles, and the Lovers. With the Three of Swords. Okay, that's my point. This one over here, whoever this is with the power struggle and the being, however they're being, they aren't in line with this. And also notice with this Oracle card that there is something that is in line. This is the way that things are going. This is the way that they should be. But there's something about this particular love interest over here where they're not on the same page. They're just not. Muse of Voices, Ace of Cups. I just feel like for whatever this particular manifestation is, you might have to do it alone. And that doesn't mean like you have to break up with somebody and blah, blah, blah. It just might be your thing. Like, let's say you're in a relationship and everything is going fine or however, this particular thing that you're trying to manifest, it just might not be for them. And then does that mean that you can't go and have your own manifestation and still be in a relationship with them? I don't know. It depends on what you're trying to manifest. Okay? If you're trying to manifest another dude, you're with somebody, I can't help you, man. But if you're trying to manifest a job, what does that have to do with your partner anyways? Nothing. Unless it requires them to move. It's a spectrum. There is no black and white. There's so many different things. You have the different kind. All right. Any last messages for the day? So basically for this moon, okay, it's the new moon. So be getting your candles, and we're going to get on the Raven's Nest and talk about which way we're doing the folding. It's like spiritual origami, okay? And pack that shit around in your bra all day with a crystal in it. I have a lot of fire in my chart, so I like to do fire craft. Yeah, and pen colors. Like burning things and then letting it do the thing in the air, and then I'll release ashes into the air. That's very, very fire air. It's a very fire air thing to do. But like yesterday, we talked about this lady that I met, and she has mostly water in her chart. She likes to swirl the water and do her energy work there. So it really doesn't matter. You can, if you would like, Ozzy. I am not going to ask you where you put your crystals. That some information is free to be non-disclosed. I'm just saying. All right. One last card, please, to give us any more for the day. See, this is my point. This isn't about you and your partner doing something, or you and the one that you want to be with doing something. This is about you doing something, and they're there, but they're not. I think that's a good point. That they got your 6 or something like that, whatever, but you're the one in the focus, full of color, doing the thing. So when you're manifesting and looking at the moon with the whole world in your hands, you might want to consider that. I don't even know what that's about. Yeah, the dog. It's like the silent partner on the grassy knoll or something. I don't know. All right, that's good times. Okay, so let's go over to the Raven's Nest and talk about how we're going to be. Well, everybody can put in there. I would like to hear how you guys do your manifesting. Like I said, I like to burn things. We have the water thing. I would like to see what earth signs do. What do you guys do? Bury stuff? Plant things? Write it down on a piece of paper and put it in the earth and plant a tree on it? My God, that's comical. All right, so let's come back in about 15 minutes or 10 minutes or something. We're going to do Sag. Get on the nest and vote for who you want to be next. That's in the featured section, okay? I love you guys, and we'll be talking all day. Talk to you soon. Bye.